Is Pi Network finally heading to Binance? This is the question every pioneer is asking right now, especially as the price of PiCoin hasn't yet risen to the GCV value of $314,159, which we all hope for. The crypto space is exploding with speculation as Pi Network could be finally heading to Binance with a staggering GCV of $314,159 per coin. PiCoin is going to be listed on Binance very soon, and once it is listed, we will start seeing its real value through the Binance exchange. So friends, welcome to another Pi Network video. Recently, there has been a new update regarding Pi Network that you can directly buy PiCoin using Apple Pay, Google Pay, and credit cards. This isn't just another rumor, friends. The entire Pi community is buzzing with excitement as whispers turn into roars across social media platforms. If Binance confirms the listing, it could be a catalytic moment that propels Pi into mainstream relevance. But even if it remains speculation, the buzz reflects growing confidence, curiosity, and anticipation. Is this the moment we've all been waiting for, or are we witnessing another wave of premature excitement that could lead to disappointment? Here's a big question that's been keeping me up at night. If Pi does hit Binance with that 314,159 gigacoin value, how will you handle the transition? Will you be trading immediately for quick profits, or are you planning to hold for the long-term ecosystem value? Do you think we'll see Pi on Binance within the next 3 months, or are you preparing for a longer strategic wait? Are you seeing new features or updates that weren't there before? Drop your observations in the comments, because I read every single one and your insights help shape our future coverage. Let's now greet and welcome Pi pioneers from every corner of the globe. Whether you're turning from the India, Papua New Guinea, United States, Nigeria, Philippines, Canada, Kenya, or anywhere else on this beautiful planet, I'm absolutely thrilled to dive into this incredible development with you today. Before we unpack this potentially game-changing news, I need you to do something special. You can join our community by smash subscribe and ring notification bell if you haven't already, so you never miss an update. Also, comment Pi Network to the moon, along with your country, to create a global wave of Pi energy and show the world just how massive and united our community really is. I'm Nathan as usual, and in today's video, I'm going to reveal the shocking truth behind these Binance listing rumors, decode what this mysterious 314,159 GCV really means for every single Pi holder, and expose the hidden developments that most people are completely missing. Plus, I've got some exclusive insights about Pi's dual value system that could revolutionize how you think about your Pi holdings. So, buckle up and stay with me until the very end, because what I'm about to share in the final minutes might completely change your perspective on Pi Network's future. The cryptocurrency world has always been a breeding ground for speculation, but few rumors have ignited as much passionate debate recently as the possibility of Pi Network finally securing its place on Binance. We're not talking about just any exchange here, friends. Binance stands as the undisputed king of crypto exchanges, commanding the largest trading volume globally. When Binance speaks, the entire crypto universe listens, and when they list a token, it's like receiving a golden ticket to legitimacy and astronomical growth potential. But here's where this story gets absolutely fascinating. Recent updates have revealed that you can now directly purchase PiCoin using Apple Pay, Google Pay, and traditional credit cards. This isn't just a minor technical update, pioneers. This represents a massive infrastructure shift that signals Pi Network is preparing for something enormous. Think about it. When was the last time you saw a cryptocurrency project implement such mainstream payment integration before even hitting major exchanges? This move screams preparation for mass adoption. The price action we've witnessed recently tells an incredible story of growing investor confidence. Pi experienced a major spike with significant institutional-level investment flowing into the network. Yes, the surge was short-lived due to intense buying and selling pressure, but this volatility actually proves something crucial. When a coin sees explosive buying pressure, prices soar, and when selling pressure dominates, prices naturally correct. This is textbook market behavior for assets preparing to break into mainstream recognition. Now, let me blow your mind with something most people are completely overlooking. Industry experts are now discussing Pi's revolutionary dual value system. Picture this: one value existing on traditional exchanges for trading and speculation, and another value, the legendary GCV of $314,159, operating within Pi's internal ecosystem. This isn't just theoretical anymore, friends. This dual structure could fundamentally rewrite the rules of cryptocurrency valuation and utility, creating unprecedented opportunities for pioneers who understand the deeper mechanics. Pi Network emerged from the crypto wilderness with an approach so innovative it left traditional miners scratching their heads. While other cryptocurrencies demanded expensive hardware and consumed massive amounts of energy, Pi democratized mining through smartphones. This wasn't just clever marketing, it was visionary thinking that attracted tens of millions of users globally. The platform cultivated something unprecedented in crypto, a community tied together by participation, verified identity, and genuine long-term utility rather than pure speculation. The roadmap progression through enclosed and open network phases continues evolving as the ecosystem reaches new levels of maturity. With each passing month, we're witnessing the careful construction of something that could reshape how the world thinks about digital currency. Yet despite this massive user base and army of enthusiastic pioneers, Pi's notable absence from major exchanges like Binance has remained the elephant in the room. Could we finally be approaching the moment when that changes forever? If Pi secures a Binance listing, we're looking at implications that extend far beyond simple price movements. True price discovery would finally emerge as Pi enters open market valuation, attracting the kind of institutional analysis that separates legitimate projects from temporary hype. Millions of Binance users would suddenly gain direct access to an asset they've only heard whispers about, creating instant global accessibility that could trigger unprecedented demand waves across multiple continents. The credibility boost alone would be transformational. A Binance listing operates as the crypto world's ultimate stamp of approval, silencing every critic who's questioned Pi's longevity and legitimacy. Integration with Binance's massive ecosystem could accelerate Pi's utility in payments, trading, and decentralized applications at a speed that would make other cryptocurrencies envious of Pi's organic community foundation. For the Pi community, this represents more than just a listing. It symbolizes evolution from a contained mining environment to a fully tradable token positioned for broad economic integration. However, in the absence of official statements from either Binance or Pi Network's core team, healthy skepticism remains not just valid, but necessary for making informed decisions. Crypto markets have a notorious history with misinformation, and premature assumptions often lead to devastating volatility, crushing disappointment, and misguided investment decisions that destroy portfolios overnight. Pi Network's leadership has consistently emphasized careful, methodical rollout strategies, particularly focusing on KYC compliance, internal development, and ecosystem integrity. Rushing to exchanges without completing these foundational steps could completely undermine their carefully crafted long-term vision. Several critical prerequisites would likely need completion before Binance could even consider listing Pi. The open network phase must achieve full blockchain interoperability and enable seamless external asset transfers. Exchange listings demand absolute transparency in supply mechanics and distribution models, something that requires meticulous preparation and regulatory approval across jurisdictions. Binance's global operations maintain strict adherence to KYC, AML, and complex jurisdictional requirements that vary across different countries and regulatory frameworks. If Pi has quietly fulfilled these conditions or is preparing to unveil them through strategic partnerships, a listing could materialize with shocking speed. Otherwise, this might remain a tantalizing topic of speculation for the foreseeable future, keeping the community on edge while development continues behind the scenes. Whether Binance confirms a Pi listing this month or we continue speculating into next year, the project's broader trajectory screams growing legitimacy that extends far beyond simple exchange speculation. Influencer involvement is increasing exponentially, user participation has reached record levels across all continents, and decentralized app development shows an ecosystem genuinely preparing for comprehensive Web3 expansion. If Binance delivers the confirmation we're all desperately hoping for, we could witness a catalytic moment that propels Pi into mainstream global relevance overnight. Even if these remain unconfirmed rumors for now, the incredible buzz reflects something much deeper than temporary excitement. Growing confidence, expanding curiosity, and building anticipation that extends far beyond our immediate Pi community into mainstream crypto consciousness. Instead, the Pi wallet becomes your direct access tool for activating economic behavior within a self-contained Web3 ecosystem. This democratizes crypto access in ways that matter, making entry smoother for younger users who shouldn't have to become trading experts, older populations who want simple financial tools, and regions with limited traditional financial infrastructure who need alternatives that actually work. Merchants accepting PiCoin will experience dramatically increased buyer liquidity and consistent purchasing behavior. Instead of hoping customers already have Pi from mining, businesses can now serve customers who buy Pi on demand for specific purchases. This transforms Pi from a mining curiosity into legitimate payment infrastructure. Developer engagement will explode as app builders can now design scalable payment flows with predictable coin availability. No more building applications that only work if users happen to have enough Pi from mining. Developers can create premium features, subscription services, and in-app purchases knowing users can acquire Pi instantly when needed. Governance alignment gets a massive boost because ownership tied to verified purchases gives voting weights and proposal systems genuine legitimacy. When people invest their own money into Pi, they become more engaged stakeholders in the network's future direction. Let me pause here and ask you something important, pioneers. What do you think has been Web3's biggest challenge over the past few years? It's not the technology, the smart contracts work fine. It's not the decentralization. Blockchain architecture is solid. The real challenge has been accessibility, especially for people outside traditional tech demographics. Pi Network's Fiat purchase feature addresses this challenge by embedding seamless access inside a familiar wallet interface where users already mine and interact daily. Web3 stops being this abstract concept that requires computer science degrees to understand. Instead, it becomes immediately transactional where users send and receive PiCoin with minimal fees. It becomes programmable where PiCoin activates smart contract functions across applications without users needing to understand the underlying code. It becomes participatory where users influence ecosystem direction through stake-weighted governance that feels natural and meaningful. Most importantly, it becomes inclusive where no exchange expertise or coding skills are required to participate fully. These layers signal a mature Web3 model built around verified identity and practical utility rather than speculation and technical complexity. Now, some of you might be wondering about regulations and safety. Here's why Pi Network's approach is brilliant from a compliance perspective. Launching Fiat functionality inside the Pi wallet enables stronger regulatory alignment because Pi Network's verified user model ensures that every purchase reflects real identities, protecting both users and merchants from bot-driven manipulation or shadow trading that regulators hate. The security protocols include full KYC integration before any purchase permissions are granted, native transaction tracking for audit readiness that satisfies regulatory requirements, region-specific payment system safeguards that adapt to local banking laws, and smart contract monitoring for anomalous activity that could indicate fraud or manipulation. Together, these ensure that as Pi scales globally, legal and technical frameworks remain intact and trustworthy. This brings me to something crucial about Pi Network's philosophy that sets it apart from every other blockchain project. Since open mainnet activation, Pi has progressively introduced ecosystem features like staking tools, developer APIs, merchant-facing dashboards, and ecosystem challenges. Each component builds a foundation where PiCoin functions not as a speculative asset designed for pump and dump schemes, but as a digital engine powering real economic activity. Those 5 months of development for Fiat integration prove that strategic patience drives robust innovation, that ecosystem strength must precede liquidity access, and that functionality creates more lasting impact than fanfare and marketing hype. Now that the direct purchase feature is live, Pi pioneers can move seamlessly from user to buyer without losing sight of contribution-based growth that makes the network valuable. Those 5 months of development for Fiat integration prove that strategic patience drives robust innovation, that ecosystem strength must precede liquidity access, and that functionality creates more lasting impact than fanfare and marketing hype. Now that the direct purchase feature is live, Pi pioneers can move seamlessly from user to buyer without losing sight of contribution-based growth that makes the network valuable. The Pi network story continues evolving with each passing day, and every chapter brings us closer to something potentially revolutionary that could reshape digital finance forever. If this video opened your eyes to possibilities you hadn't considered before, smash that like button and share your wildest Pi predictions in the comments section below. Your engagement helps spread Pi awareness to potential pioneers who haven't discovered our incredible community yet, expanding our global network one view at a time. Subscribe and activate notifications because Pi network developments happen at lightning speed, and you definitely don't want to miss the exact moment when speculation transforms into life-changing reality. Remember, whether Pi reaches Binance tomorrow or requires another year of patient development, the most important strategy is maintaining unwavering faith in the revolutionary vision while staying informed about every crucial development that could impact your holdings. Keep mining consistently, keep believing in the ecosystem's potential, and as always, let's shout it together. Pi network to the moon, pioneers.